DNN. Oh, I wore black like I always do, but poor DNN. It's going away for a while, but that's all right because just like they do on TV, when the season starts again, everybody be all excited, right? You just do it every day, and then it becomes like, oh, it's so usual and customary, and people start taking it for granted. We don't want DNN to be taken for granted. Hey, everybody. Hey, Lady Boss. Good to see you. She always beats me here. I'm like, I've been trying to get here early, but sometimes it happens and sometimes it don't. We have about, I don't know, wait, hold on a second, because I wrote it down. One, two, three, four, five, six. We have six Savage winners today and only one, overall winner and lots of slides. You guys did a great job of sending stuff in. So, like I said last week or week before, whatever, keep sending them because when the show launches, we're gonna need to have something ready to go for the first show, and then you can start sending some, more stuff in. But we want to make sure, that we have something kind of in the hole so that when the show relaunches in the spring, we'll already have something to do. Yeah, I've got. Let's see. I got my wine here. I got my what is this stuff? I don't know. Crystal Light, because I can't drink just plain water. Yeah, I just can't drink water. Um, do you guys the video that went live yesterday about the home wreckers? People have lost their minds. You don't even understand how many hate posts, comments rather, were put up on the wall that we had to delete. People were mad, especially the women. And they're like, no, no, that be this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you keep thinking that. You keep thinking that. That's what dudes want you to think. That's the way they want you to think so that they can shift the blame off of themselves. Well, she made me do it. She made me cheat. She enticed me. Like he's just a helpless little lamb. And you just going on, going. You saw some of LT. I mean, some of them went live before we caught them. I don't know. YouTube had this new thing. I used to set it so all the comments had to be approved, but some have been slipping through. I don't know if something changed. And so I go and I look on there, my cousin looking on there, and we're like, our eyes are bugged out. These people are mad as hell, like wet bees. And so we just have to delete their stuff. And the dudes was mad too because they getting busted out, of course. Their excuses are going up in smoke. So I'm just like, oh my God, I didn't even know what to do. I'm sitting there looking with my eyes big blinking, like, wow, these people are seriously upset. So, let me see. Let me get this slideshow loaded up. So, in case you wandered in because you didn't know what was going on, this show is called the Dusty News Network. Dusty people, dusty men and women from all over the internet, all over the world, post stupid stuff online. And what we do is put it together in a show and then drag them. That is essentially what this show is about. It's nothing really too serious, although sometimes I do have to point out, some things that could have a rather detrimental message behind them. But that's what we do here. That's what this show is all about. So let's get started. Last Dusty News Network show of the season. Okay, now this one I thought was extremely important because I constantly tell y'all unless you are married, you are single. A lot of women want to argue with me about that. But, I mean, judging by how the men act even when they are married, what do you think? Okay? Am I lying to you? They're acting like they're single even when they are married. So, what do you think a single one who actually is single is going to do? You be putting too much on it. Okay? You be putting too much on it. This one right here, um, the guy is just like telling you, you know what I mean? But he's doing it in a way that relates to money. So he says, until I put a ring on your finger, your financial burden remains entirely your responsibility, not mine. Any help I render is from the good of my heart. It was never and isn't your right. It's not an obligation for me. Some women think because they look good, men owe them money. Well, you know what? dude, this is how that works. If she looks good, she can get money. She don't have to be with you who don't want to do nothing. She can go and be with somebody else who's going to be kicking down, buying her property and cars and bling and taking her on fabulous trips and all that stuff because they are the men who are more concerned with what they have on their arm than how much money they coming out of pocket with because they have a lot of money. Now you working at UPS, FedEx, Walmart, you don't have it like that. So of course you're gonna bitch and moan when some woman asks you for something or expect something from you because you don't have it. You need to date LBBs, right? Low budget bitches. You don't worry about what a woman can get and how she can come up when she's out of your league, sir. She's out of your league. So don't bitch and moan about it. Just accept it. You're going to have to get somebody who's going to roll with that program. I tell you, mm, I'm telling all you young girls, if you are cute and you are fine, don't you get with no motherfucker who's broke and don't you have nobody's damn baby. I was so disappointed with Keisha Cole having that knucklehead ass fool's baby. And and it's the same, you know what I mean? You don't waste your youth and beauty on them nignogs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get your passport, get on a plane, and go somewhere where men got some damn money and live your best life. And now, if you can, you got your money, you go add his to it. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a system that men set up called hypergamy. Okay, they set that shit up, not us. Okay, they did. So what you do is use it to your advantage. Don't let people sit up there and tell you, "Oh, you a gold digger." You say, "That's right, I am." And you don't have any gold to dig, so get out of my face, brokenness. Get away from me, brokenness. Get thee away from me, Satan of brokenness. That's what you do. You don't deal with them. So this guy, this is this kind of attitude here. But the main point, the only point about this that he is correct is that first sentence. Until I put a ring on your finger. Now, you guys need to really pay attention to that. So, about what you give to men and what you do for them based on your status. Because too many of y'all be sitting up there thinking that you're treating him like a husband when he's not. Okay? Now, let's move on. Now, here's somebody who's saying, he's like all up in it. Because I'm making sure my daughter travels a lot so that when she's older, she won't be impressed by a weekend in Miami with your dusty ass son. And that's very important. My dad used to say stuff like that. That's why he always wanted me to have really nice things. Got my mother a new car every 2 years, that kind of stuff. And keep in mind, like I said, this is a man with an eighth grade education, but he was smart as hell and he was extremely hard working and very talented at making money. And that's who I was raised by. He had like game for days. So when you feel that he would take us on trips and he would do all this stuff, right? We got exposed to all kinds of things. And even if he didn't feel comfortable doing it because he wasn't educated enough to be around those people, he that's when his insecurities would come up. And as I got older, I understood what would happen. But here's my mom with her college education, so he would get to buy the tickets, give us the money, and my mom would take us to these like more cultured places and events and stuff like that. He didn't want to go, but he still makes sure that his kids got exposed to it. You see what I mean? So this kind of stuff here, um, with girls, well, he took me to Sizzler and he took me to the steakhouse and he took me to this and that. And it's really sad though when you see that somebody's super impressed by that kind of stuff. It just means that they grew up kind of in a poverty thing, and that's fine. I'm not saying that's their fault or anything, but what I'm saying is as you become an adult, it then becomes your responsibility to expose yourself to as much as you can. You know what I mean? Girl, I'm telling you, traveling diva girl, let me just tell you this, and this is a true story. My tapes are in my storage unit there, and they're VHS because this was a long time ago. I used to do a call-in talk show on a cable access station here in Oakland called Soul Beat. It was very big in the Bay Area at the time, very big channel, and it was like the only black station, right? And so I used to do a show called Heartbeat. And I don't remember what the topic of the show was. It's much like what I do here, but it was on TV. And these little Oaklandites would call in and they would be talking about how they got treated so nice by a guy. And you know that one girl, I'll never forget it in my life, because when we went to commercial, we all fell out laughing, and it was kind of a sad laugh, but we did laugh. That she was so impressed because the guy who took her on a date took her to the Sizzler. That's what happened. Yeah, see, I told you all, I've been doing this shit forever. That was in the early '90s. I stopped doing it in '97 when I started AskHeartbeat.com. So I've been at this for a long, long time. But yeah, so make sure expose your kids to stuff, especially your girls. Get them nice stuff, whatever you can afford. They don't have to be designer, just nice, so that when some dude come along talking about it, yeah, I can take you shopping, she won't be impressed. It won't be used as a tool to manipulate and control her, because she'll be like, well, I could take myself shopping. I don't. My mama, takes me shopping. My daddy takes me shopping. My auntie takes me shopping. My big cousin takes me shopping. Whatever. Y'all in your family get together and take care of the little girls in your unit, so that they don't end up become a prey to some dude because they just want a nice pair of jeans that's brand new, not hand me downs. Okay, stuff like that. Y'all could do that. Let's move on. This dust bucket right here. Why are women against helping a man get on his feet? He wants to know. And I blocked out her last name, but she's like, how come men don't ask other men to help them? And that is exactly what I say in the video. That's exactly what I say in the video. Don't help men. You do not help them. They can't be men if you helping them. He's like your son, okay? Exactly. There you go, A and J. That's what I'm talking about. Anywhere, just expose your kids to stuff. A lot of stuff is damn near free if you just get to buy a tank of gas and take them there. But this was really interesting. He doesn't seem to understand why a woman would be against that. I hope you guys are clear. If you are not, check out the video called Never Help a Man. It's one of the 7 minutes video series, and it will help you, even if you need to reprogram yourself, because that's how you grew up, where all the women in your family was always, supporting some man and giving them money and giving them a place to live and not charging them no money to stay there and all this kind of stuff. If that's how you grew up and that was a role model that you saw of manhood, it's skewed and it's bad for you. Okay, it's wrong. And I would prefer that you change that so that you really do understand that if you got somebody like that, that he just because he has a dingling, that's not a man. Okay, he's a child. He's just a tall kid. So you don't help a man. Once you have to start helping them, he becomes your dependent child. And then that's what a lot of women then they don't want to screw the dude, because you can't have those kind of feelings of admiration and respect and like, oh, my dude is just all of that. Like he's just, so just a heavy hitter when you helping him and holding his hand and he limping along like a sick calf. Yeah, that's what my dad said too. Ooh, I tell you, if I would have ever gave a man anything, my daddy would have probably knocked me into 2088. It would have been a bad thing, and I wasn't trying to do all that. They're good for you, traveling diva. That's what you do. Women who have kids have no business asking any man besides a biological father for money for them because it's disrespectful, he says. Now, I'm not understanding how that's disrespectful, because I bet you sure be up in her house with your legs up under her table eating the food that biological father provided with his child support money, or that she provided with her hard work. You don't have no problem sitting up there eating up that food, do you? running up that PG&E bill at that house and using the resources meant for them kids. You open the refrigerator, you get you some soda pop. You run the lights. You use the soap when you take a shower. You want to use up all the resources that's provided by that woman for those kids and by that biological father for those kids, but you don't want to replenish what you've used. You're a piece of shit, sir. Any man with this attitude is just foul. You every time you go to that woman's house and you eat or drink anything, unless you bought it there yourself and that's all you do, you bring your own roll of toilet paper, you bring your own soap, and you bring your own stuff to drink, and you bring a jug of water that you washed your ass with. Unless you're gonna do all of that, you're using resources meant for those kids, and your black funky ass needs to replenish them. That's for the kids, not for you. So this attitude right here, any man came at me like this, he would get cussed smooth out. Not to mention, you sure don't have no problem thinking you gonna get some resources from that woman in the form of some booty, do you? But you don't want to give up nothing for it. I'm telling you, see, I think about this kind of stuff. Yeah, girl, eating up the kids' snacks, eating up the kids extra food that they could have took for lunch. You eating it with your big old fat greedy gut ass, all that kind of stuff. And I would be like, oh no, 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 no. That's why I never, even when I was dating a dude, they all knew. They all knew. Okay, I had plenty of money. I was working as a trainer. I was making over $100,000. Trainers make a lot of money, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that that's for my daughter and me. That don't have nothing to do with you. Every time you walk in my door and you talk about you want to eat something, unless I invited you, but you come in our house, just show up, or you coming for a visit, whatever. Oh, what you got to eat? I'm a little hungry. I could do with a snack or something. You better have brought a bag of groceries. Now, see, I'm not averse to cooking. Like, you walk in the door, you say, "Oh, I feel like having some of your special meatballs." I make some bomb meatballs. I'm telling you, and he wants those. Okay, well, you got to go to the store. You got to get this and this and this and this and this, and the thing of spaghetti and the tomatoes so I can make the sauce and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And you get some Parmesan cheese and you do all of the stuff. You walk in the house with a bag of groceries. I make the spaghetti and meatballs and broccoli or salad, whatever you want. And there better be enough for me and my daughter to eat. And then plus we going to have some for the next day. And you ain't coming with that kind of fun, that kind of resources, then you don't get nothing. You don't eat at my house. That's just the way it is. So, and every dude I ever went out with knew that. They would come in the door with some groceries because I'm a really great cook. And they would rather eat my food than, buy something. That's fine, but you still spending some money. Either you're going to spend it directly at the takeout place, or you going to give it to me in the form of groceries. But either way, I'm not feeding you. I don't feed grown men. I ain't married to you. So if we was married, then his money would be my money, and then I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. But like I keep telling y'all, if you're not married, you're single. So don't you let them tap your resources thinking you being nice and all that old shit. Especially half of them don't want to take you nowhere. And anyway, they just want to come to your house and eat up all your food and drink up all your beer and stuff. Y'all better start rethinking this. Be much more selfish, especially those of you who have children. Everything they eat up or drink up at your house is some shit that you bought for your kids. That's not for them, right? Remember, you're single. You got to keep that in mind. Protect what's for your kids. Should never go into the refrigerator and you just did a grocery run and buy them some juice or something, and that motherfucker done drank it all up and just sitting there looking stupid. And your kids are doing without because he had it. No, no. That's a violation right there. So I don't know. But, the ones who used to have a problem with it, guess what? They didn't come to my house. I didn't give a damn. Next. Now, this guy has more of an idea. I wouldn't go as far as to say if her bills are yours or his, but I see what his point is. When he's there, if there is a need, because sometimes child support is late. Some men don't pay any. The woman's working 2 jobs. Okay, but then she gets sick and she has to miss out sometimes. So now her checks are short. Okay, and she still got the same amount of bills to pay. But you calling yourself her dude. You just gonna let her be facing eviction and shit? You gonna let her lights get turned off? You gonna let her be riding around without car insurance, with the risking with the lives of her and her kids, and her getting her license taken, all stuff? You gonna just sit back and let that happen? And that's supposed to be your woman? If nothing else, you would do that for a friend. You wouldn't let your friend be caught up like that. You know what I mean? So the fact that this is your woman, and those are her kids, and they need something, why wouldn't you step up if you got it? I could see if you didn't have it, but if you do, what is the problem? Niggas go out and spend $100 on a bottle of liquor. Okay, a woman want to send her kids to a field trip, but she don't have the extra cash saved just for the reason I just mentioned. So the kids are gonna miss out. Are you gonna up to $40 what it's gonna take for the school trip? The kids will be very grateful to you, and so will she. That's how you do if you really care about somebody. What they care about, you care about. Who they care about, you care about. So he has this the right idea. He has the right idea. But like I said, I don't feel like dude is supposed to come in and just take over paying all your bills and all that kind of stuff. No, not that. But I'm saying there should never be a case where you got somebody that you fucking and you got a need, not a want, a need, and he don't come through for you. Fire his ass. Fire him. So this attitude here where he's like I'm not gonna let you and your kids be cold out in the cold or without what you need. I like that. This is the kind of dude that would be a good dad. He's got the right attitude. He's probably nice to his mama too. Okay, now this has really been floating around. Um, this was floating around YouTube, and I've seen a couple of people sent this in, but I'm like, what in the world? He's like, babe, it really hurts my feels when you tell me all the hurtful things that I've done to you. Little narc ass. What are most women going to do? Oh, I don't want to hurt him. I just won't bring it up, what he's done. Oh no. I'm going to put it on an engraved invitation. I'm buying a billboard to put all the shit that you did. And I'm going to have a picture of you up there too. So everybody knows, not just you. Because this is a thing that when the time a dude is an older dude, I'm just saying you're a little teenager. Little teenage boys don't know nothing yet. They might do something that's stupid that does hurt you, okay? We cut them a little bit of slack because we don't know how they were raised, what kind of experience they have with the opposite sex. There's a lot of doubts and questions there. By the time a guy's in his 20s, he's gone through school. He's in the workforce. He didn't know what he was doing. Yes, he did. He's a grown ass man. He said that to you because he wanted to. Okay? So they don't like it when you remind them of it because then they know they're supposed to feel guilty or whatever, and they don't like that, especially a narc. They're going to try to flip it back on you. Well, you made me do it or something like that. That you got a dude who's hurting you and you still dealing with him? What's wrong with you? So now we got to give you the side eye. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The threat that those of you who are talking about leveling up and knowing your worth, it's just like they threaten you with being with cats and, being old with cats and single and all this kind of stuff. It's the same thing. So as soon as you start to do here, Jordan Warren is saying, bitches who know their worth be lonely as shit, and look at him with the crying, laughing face. Is that funny? So he's saying that a woman has to trade. Are you guys understanding the message he's communicating here? Bitches who know their worth be lonely as shit. So if you refuse to settle for a dust mite in exchange for somebody sitting around in your face so you won't be lonely, then that's supposed to be better than you leveling up yourself, reading, going to school, traveling, hanging out with positive minded individuals, other women, I don't know, what all the shit that we do to make ourselves feel good and complete and all the stuff, that you're going to be lonely. Now, not to mention, like, this is the thing. They act like the only people that there's only one way to be, either single or in a relationship. And that if you're single, that means that you have no other person in your life. That's the way they try to portray it, and that's the way a lot of women will absorb it. Like you don't suddenly don't have friends, you suddenly don't have family, you suddenly don't have coworkers, you don't have anything, no sorors, you don't have schoolmates, workmates, nothing. You don't have no other human being in your life. You either are single with nobody, I mean zero, like somebody on a planet where there's no other life form, or you're with a man. That's the way they try to make it sound. So that they be trying to like falsely inflate their value and importance to women. So they threaten you with shit like this. Y'all better think when you read this kind of stuff. You know, a lot of, you would just read it and not really think about what he's trying to do here, what he's trying to say. Like you have to settle so you won't be lonely. Now, admittedly, I know a lot of women do have that mentality. You know, they do feel like they're nothing and nobody and their life is incomplete and they all jacked up and stuff if there's no man. Girlfriend. And look at all the drama and bullshit that you've gone through having that mentality and letting men who don't meet any kind of standards whatsoever into your life having your goodies. It's just unbelievable. If your screen is frozen, refresh, just refresh. That's just your computer. Yeah, well, Kenya came back and told him about himself. So there you go. Now, uh, dude, I don't know how to say his name. Pare. I guess he had got that little doohickey on the end. Pare says any woman who wants to be spoiled by a man but can't buy a $599 game system needs to rethink what she brings to the table. Okay, Dust Misha. So you go out and you spend $600 plus tax and shipping and handling. So you out $700 and you get this for this man. Okay, then he still cheats on you anyway. What you gonna do? You know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to save your $700. And if he wants a game system, let him figure out how to buy it. You know what I mean? This is just ridiculous. I'm just shocked and appalled that some woman would think that that's what something she's supposed to be doing. Yeah, she picked Misha for days. I don't know. I just can't understand what's going on with her. Yeah, it's definitely being dusty is a mentality that a lot of men adopt at an early age. They call it, getting over on women or whatever, and that's how it starts. I'm not buying a motherfucker a popsicle. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I just refuse. That's what you're supposed to be doing as the man. Why should I be buying you a game system? Now, if somebody says, they want, can you loan me some money so I can take this class and get a degree? And here's an IOU, and it's like a business deal and stuff. So I'm gonna take your ass to a small claims court. Better yet, I'm gonna hold something of yours, like the deed to your truck or something. So if you don't give me my money back, I'm gonna sell that bitch. So that's what's gonna happen. But if somebody's doing something for some decent reason, something that's gonna help them come up in an education, advance their career or something, then I might even consider it or tell them where they could go to get the money. But I'm not gonna be doing this. I'm not gonna be buying you a toy for $700. Motherfucker, I don't even spend $700 on some shit for myself. What I look like? I'm like, these dudes are tripping. Oh, and dude over here is big mad. He's big mad. He is big. They spending their stimulus checks on that kind of stuff. Oh, on the Dusties. Oh, that's stupid. Especially you got kids. That's retarded. Look at now the little one in the lower left. I don't know. He kind of looked like Gollum a little bit. He got something going on. But these women are gorgeous. All of them. The last guy on the bottom on the right and the one on the top. They're not too bad looking. I could work with that. They, kind of cute. But the women are gorgeous. And so who wouldn't want to marry somebody like that? And all them white boys grinning and looking just happy as hell, right? Here comes the Dust Master, Travis Bigelow. They like to take everything a black man loves. Okay, let's talk about this. Take everything a black man loves. Hmm. Don't you think that if there was a black man who had treated them right and really loved them, that they wouldn't have, their heads wouldn't have been turned? They would have been with you, right? You who love them so much. But that's not the case. So, because somebody else found somebody that you didn't want, obviously, and see, as they say, another one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what happened, dude. And you and your cronies like to mess over black women. You like to use them. You like to take advantage of them. You like to gaslight them. You like to abuse them. You like to do all kind of horrific things. And then when they get with a white boy who treats them well, Latino dude who treats them well, Middle Eastern dude who treats them well, Canadian dude I mean, whatever nationality he is, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever, who treats them well, you want to get an attitude. You don't own black women, okay? Just because we have a paint job on the outside that matches yours, that doesn't mean anything. You have no ownership and no claim. If you guys don't treat black women correctly, with respect, they have every right to get that respect and good treatment and love from any other man on this planet that's offering it. Okay? You don't have no first dibs on shit. We don't have them on you either. Because I don't give a fuck who they be screwing. They always want to throw it in your face. Well, these women of other races. Psh, and guess what? How many of them would get a divorce too? Because they see how you all are. They be like, oh, hell no. Then they get a divorce. The relationships and marriages that have the highest success rate, the least amount of divorce, are white men and black women. With the highest, black and black. What does that tell you? We have the lowest rate of marriage, but then when we do get married, we have the highest rate of divorce, like 80% of the marriages don't make it. And when you look at that other 20%, you be like, well, you probably should have gave up the ghost. So I'd say maybe 5% are good. The rest of women are just in some struggle love, but they just want to stay married just for the sake of being married. So I don't know. I didn't have a problem with this, and I thought, any man with any sense will be happy to have a gorgeous wife, that really loves him. So I don't know. Dude just was just all kinds of that B word that they love to throw at us. Bitter. Bitter. Now here we go, Mr. Brandon. Another kinds of threat. Another type of threat where he's saying, black men and black women alike. You should take relationship advice from your single friends with a grain of salt. So, in other words, somebody who is in a sick and twisted and dysfunctional relationship or marriage, you should listen to them rather than listen to your single friends who are too smart to get involved in a situation like that and trying to give you some game so you protect yourself from being used and abused and involved in some dysfunctional bullshit yourself. He wants you to be involved in dysfunctional bullshit. See? Because not any kind of standard, like, does this person have education, does this person have training, does this person have the life experience to share the wisdom that might help these black men and black women make better choices. Oh, no. The only thing that matters in his life is whether you are aligned with some dust bucket or not. That to him is equivalent to having a PhD. You're not single, that means you have a PhD in life and relationships and love and everything else. Okay? This is what's going on. This is what he's saying here. You know. I would have loved to see this thread, and to see what people said back to his dusty little ass. But this is the stuff that's so scary to me. When you see men like this is why I say when you first start dating people, before you sleep with them and get all involved with them and be having them conversations where you stay on the phone and falling asleep and getting all intimate with them and tell them all your business and stuff, you need to have conversations with topics like this to get an idea how they think. It's hard for a lot of women to do because just like you don't want to get too deep. You feel like if you get deep that you'll quote scare him off, or he won't want to be interested in stuff. That's what you want to do. Okay. You also want to piss him off to see how he handles his anger. All of that before you commit to anything. Because if he's a guy who has anger management issues, you need to know that up front, going in the gate. Okay, before you go in the gate, you need to know this. You also need to know how they think about women, black women in particular, if you are African American or, Caribbean or whatever, any kind of black woman, you need to know how he thinks about women like you. You need to know how he thinks about interracial relationships, what his issue is with feminism, how he feels about female children and adults. You need to know his attitude about quote roles. You need to know a lot of stuff about how that man thinks and how he rolls. The only way you're going to get that is by having some serious, in-depth conversations with him, not stupid stuff like talking about movies and books and all that kind of stuff. Don't do it. Do not do it. So let's move on and talk about something else. This was kind of funny, but I don't think dude really understood what he was telling her. So she says her boyfriend was telling her how it's so nice to be with her because she's so easy to keep happy. And, she's all basking in the glow of the compliment, right? And so she asked him to elaborate. And he says, well, all you need is to sleep well, eat a lot, and go for nice walks. To which I suddenly realized I am a golden retriever. Oh my God, I was rolling. Yeah, she a little bit too easy. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. But I thought that was funny. But yeah, her boyfriend's hella dusty. Okay, next. Now, how many of you can say that you have met, dated, or been married to men who have underwear with holes in them? I have to raise my hand. I had to go in my husband's drawer and throw out his holy drawers that he had had since, I don't know, high school or something. And he used to love them things, want to put them shit on. I was looking at that mess. I'm like, what are you doing? No, they was clean. They were clean. They getting clean in the bleach and shit that I wash. But that's not the point. The point is he was just so attached to them holy ass drawers. Yes, they say it's like, oh, but they're comfortable. They're broken in. They're all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh my God. So one day when he was at work, I just went and I didn't even throw him away in the garbage can outside because I knew he could, he would just go down to the downstairs and dig through and get them. I went and I put them bad boys in a bag and I drove to the other side of town to an apartment complex because you go in, they had them big dumpsters, and I drove through the apartment complex and I threw his them holy drawers in there. Shit, I see him. I don't want to see that shit. That looks. I don't want to see that Ravania. Ain't nobody trying to look at that. That is foul. And then they want you to see this is how it is. Why don't you wear sexy panties more often? They want you to have these matching bras and panties with lace and all this old shit. And then this is what they show up in. No, nigga, no. We not doing that. You gonna be wearing some boxer briefs or something that looks cute. And then, yeah, it's gross. I'm telling you, but this is how they are. Oh, he was big mad. Where's my, you know, I forgot what he had like a nickname for him. And I was like, I threw that shit away. And I was like, girl, that's not saying that I don't. I'm telling you that that's how they do. They want you to, but then they don't, you know. But it's like, no, if I'm going to do it, then you're going to do it too. So that's how it's going to be. I want to see you prancing around in your underwear looking fly just like you'd like to see me. Because I get in the mirror and admire my own self and turn my own self on with my grandness. But, I'm listening here. You come trying to get in the picture and stand behind me with them holy ass drawers on. You just ruined my high, motherfucker. Get out of here. This po child. This po child right here, you know, how much do firemen make? What about, they start off with about 80 grand, plus they get like a lot of overtime, right? They have prisoners fighting them fires and paying them a dollar, $2 an hour, and risking their lives and everything that for all the white folks getting paid all kinds of grand theft money, and the prisoners risking their lives for $2 an hour, not even minimum wage. And this girl, poor thing, is this most the most imaginative or exciting or I don't know responsible thing her brother has done. So this is what she has. This is all she has to be proud of him about. You see what I mean? That kind of made me sad. That made me sad, and it's like, wow, how horrible is that? That's all you have to be proud of your convict brother about is the fact that he's being forced to fight forest fires in Northern California. I mean, not for what I don't know what it was a forest fire. I don't know what they called it, but anyway, everything was burning up. It wasn't just a forest, houses, property, everything, fields, hills, everything was burning up. I don't know, but it was just kind of sad. I mean, it's nice that, I mean, sometimes it takes going to prison for young men to get their minds right. And then they get out and they straighten up and they never go back. So maybe that would be him. Okay, wildfires. Thanks, Sejuan. Wildfires. And but this thing here, I don't know. I just kind I felt sad for her. I have, my brothers, I look up to them in so many ways. I mean, they're just so smart and very accomplished and, just really interesting and fun people to be around. And, they're good people. But, and they never been in prison. And so to have this kind of thing, and this is your hero level, eh. But there is a little sister, that's the best you got. But dude, that's the best you had to offer your sister to look up to for her brother. Man, that's just super dusty. I don't know. That just was bad. It's up in Northern California, that girl. It's like everything is on fucking fire. It's dying down now. They're getting under control. But about 2 weeks ago, there was so much smoke way down here in the Bay Area that the sun came up, but you would not know it. That's how dark it stayed the entire day. And we had to wear them N95 masks because the smoke particles and the ash was so heavy in the air and all on your hair and clothes and car and the street, everything. It was horrible. And that's way down here. The things are way up in Northern California, the fires. Yeah, they were. Yeah, well, imagine being here, Aqua. Okay, here we go. Do say if she can afford to buy all four tires at once, she not gonna listen. And you right. Cause she don't need your little chump change. She ain't an LBB. So you got an LBB, she can only buy one tire, maybe two. Cause when you buy radios, they always suggest that you buy them in pairs, so that you have one for the front and right and one for the front left or back, whatever you're gonna do. But they always recommend that you buy them in pairs. So if she can go and get all four tires, you get in your car, that's $800. You get some good quality tires. Go in there, write that check, and pull out them dubs and put it down. All the money that you need to pay to get your tires, get the new ones put on there, balanced, and all that stuff, and then you drive off. So I thought that was interesting. So he's equating, the monetary power that a guy would have with a woman listening to him. I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Should a man take his girl back after she made him cheat on her? Made him. Thanks, Leandra. Made him. Wow, this is kind of interesting. There you go, Robin. That's how I do it too. I just rotate them, and then when the tread gets low, I go buy me four new ones. But I don't think I'm gonna do this time. I think by the time these tires wear out, I'm gonna just get rid of this car and get me another one. It's so old, but I just love my little Honda. You have no words. This is the mentality that's reflected in our latest video, the one about home wreckers. This is how they do. So they're going to put it on you. You made them cheat. It's your fault. The other woman enticed them. He has no responsibility. It's all her fault. You made him cheat, or somebody else made him cheat, but they never take responsibility or be accountable for it at all. There's nothing that they do is their fault. They just a marionette on a string being controlled by random women. Yes, honey, the dust level is mighty high. Mighty high. I didn't know what to say. I just looked at this and I was like, wow. But, this is a thing though, because a lot of women feel like that, right? Don't they say stuff like, think about it. How many times okay, so you got a dude, he cheats on you or he leaves or whatever. And then other women will come and tell you, or other men too, well, what did you do? You made him leave, or something that you wasn't doing. That's why he cheated. You wasn't doing something right. You can't get a man. You can't keep a man. You've all heard those statements before, right? Those statements are based on this kind of mentality right here, that the men hold no responsibility for what they do, no accountability for what they do, no kind of sense of integrity, no kind of loyalty, nothing. It's all on you. You have to go through tricks to keep him interested in the bedroom. No, you know what? Because we could do more tricks than you. What you got? What you doing? It's not my responsibility to entertain you in the sheets. Motherfucker, you better learn some new tricks. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to put that shit on me. Yeah, everybody's a home wrecker, but in this case, he's trying to say that the wife or the girlfriend is the home wrecker because she made him cheat. That's what he's saying here. Okay? He's not blaming it on somebody outside. He's saying that it's her fault. She made him do it. Okay, so that would essentially mean that his girlfriend or wife is the home wrecker. They ain't taking no responsibility for nothing. So, y'all better start learning how to cuss folks out. I'm trying to tell you. These men will be pushing you all the way to the edge. Want to take a Dusty and fling his ass off a cliff. Look at how much dust he flies up when he lands. That's what I want to see. Okay, now these little cartoons, I don't know who's making these. We got a couple of these in this week. But this one was the dustiest of them all. Two women duking it out on the street, a girl with her kung fu move, and he just standing there. Look at that. Look at his feet, legs crossed, hand in his pocket. He just chilling, all leaned up against a pole and shit, just watching. Are you looking at this? His body language. It's like, oh, this is interesting. They fighting, and he's gonna be going on a date with the winner of the match. Exactly, Diane, and you're right. They need to give each other a signal, turn, and commence to beating on him. I just turned to see Anna B's comment. Oh my God, you are hilarious. Yeah, this is it. Can you imagine? I'm not gonna fight no woman over a man. Please, you could have him. Just take his dusty ass. I don't want this. I'm not doing that. I know Anna's crazy. I don't know, Cosmic Girl, but that's why this show is so successful because there's thousands of y'all sending these things in, right? Well, at least looking for them. Even if it's only hundreds, there's just me. I can't do this by myself. I did the first show or two, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is wearing me out. So I got y'all involved, and it's just taking off because you guys are everywhere, everywhere, and the stuff just be coming in, and I just be amazed. Like, where are they on these internets that they find this stuff? But I'm just happy that you find it, and so I don't say nothing. Okay, the sad part about this is this dust bucket right here is in San Francisco, my hometown. I can't stand it. It came from a group that has to do with you know, with what you call it, San Franciscans. Now look at this piece of, I don't even know what to call it. He looked like a roach with glasses on. Look at them big old I eat everything teeth. And them gold chains from like shades of 1970. I don't know why he dressed like that. Cosmic Girl. Girl, if I knew the answer to that question, I would be a millionaire. Girl, this is even before Szechuan, this is even before the Humpty dance came out. Dude is from the 70s. This is the Humpty the dance didn't come out to the 80s. I don't know what these trying to do. Uh-oh, my phone is ringing in there. Um, but look at dude. Them big ass glasses and them giant teeth. I'm telling you, he just look like he'll eat up everything in the world. So, and then he's talking about he's allergic to Project Pussy, Section 8 pussy, government cheese pussy, and wick pussy. Nigga, let me explain something to you. Ain't no woman with, who's got any sense, who's not one of them, LBB level people, is going to give you the time of day, sir. She can't bring you around her corporate friends looking like that. You look like a hot mess. Let me show 'em with somebody at my house with my brothers, my crazy ass brothers, with somebody who was looking like that, I would never hear the end of it. I would be in my grave and they would still be dragging me. I was no way in this world. You know what I mean? This is just too much. He talking about I breaks the fuck out. Nigga, just looking at your picture makes me itch. This dude is just unbelievable. Cosmic Girl, like, why you dress like that? But seriously, can you imagine bringing this to your corporate event? A wedding with your friends, your sorors and stuff? Even, yeah, to meet your grandma and all that kind of stuff, a family event? Oh my God. He looked like Scar from the Lion King, you guys. Ooh, wait a minute. He kind of does. This is bad. Yeah, I'm just saying. And he got the nerve to be trying to drag somebody. Oh my God, dude. I just and where they even girl, yeah, your body. Oh yeah, you would definitely be called in and written up about bringing ugliness to the office. Oh my God. Okay, for those of you who are listening, you have to go back and read the chat because they are going in on dude like there's no tomorrow. This shit is funny. Oh, I got tears coming out of my eyes. You guys are crazy. Okay. Yeah, look at I put that little emoji up there because that's the face I had when I was reading this. I said, wait a minute, let me find something that that reflects my expression. Dude. And so she's like, if Eve ate that apple, then why the men had that Adam's apple still stuck in their lion ass throats? Oh, oh my gosh. You guys, she got a point there, right? But I did a meme about that whole Adam and Eve and that apple thing. It's on my surviving dating on Instagram page, and you can see how I went in on Adam's trifling two bit piece of shit ass. But yeah, she has a point, right? Women don't have. Yeah, I almost put it in a savage thing, but it was just really hard to figure out which one to put in there. But who knows? This might be more savage than one that made it in there, but we just have to put them somewhere. But right, because if Eve was the one who ate the apple, wouldn't Eve have the Adam's apple in her throat? Right? So it makes you looking like, that Bible done twisted some shit up. That's what happened. But let us move on. This was kind of funny because the caption doesn't necessarily mean that's what really happened. But this was posted by some guy in Oakland, and you know, he's like, well, this dude is not in a relationship with this woman, but he's very active in his children's lives. He wanted to take a pic with just the kids, not with her in it. And then she got an attitude. Was he wrong for not wanting her to be in the pic? And I'm going to say this. She in the pic anyway. Of course, he can crop her out, but that picture is stupid. Now, this would be the attitude, if you have a situation like this, dudes, let me explain to you how you do this. The proper way to do this is to swallow your bitterness and your pride for one, I don't know, 20 seconds. Take a picture with her. You all could be put the kids in the middle. You don't have to stand next to her, okay? You don't even have to be that close to her. Put the kids in the middle so that both of you are in a picture with both of your children. That picture is for your kids. This my mama, this my daddy, okay? That's for the children, and they could treasure that picture probably the rest of their life because you probably won't want to take another one, okay? Then you say, oh, well, let me take a picture of you with the kids, right? She gonna think you want the picture for yourself, but you're not. You just gonna delete it off your phone later. But for right now, you doing a political move, okay? You take a picture of her posing with the kids. Then the coup de grace. You say, here, take a picture of me with the kids, right? She can't object because you just took one of her with the kids. Then there's your picture that you wanted. You see how that's done? You have to be smooth with your shit. You have to think. You have to be a politician in situations like this. So you get all kind of, then you take just the kids by themselves or whatever, you do different, you mix it up. And ideally, you should take your kids to a photo studio to have their pictures taken. Not standing around in some thing with bare floorboards and holes in the linoleum and bullshit like that look tacky. Take a decent picture. At least go to a park or something. You have some scenery in the background or whatever. No, she don't need to step to the side. He didn't handle this right. This is going to be um this is going to be doing the new girlfriend. No, no. You could tell they look like her. That little boy looks like her. Um this he didn't handle this well. There's a way to do everything. And he could have got the picture he wanted with a little schmoozing and a little game, and everybody would have left happy. Okay? That's it. You got to think how you do stuff. There's a way to do everything to get what you want without having a negative effect on people. So now look at the kids. They don't look too happy, right? Because that probably was arguing before this picture taken. See, people don't think about the kids. They only think about themselves. He did not handle this. And you're supposed to be the black king and the leader and all this kind of stuff. Motherfucker, step up. Make shit happen in a way that negates the impact on your kids and their mother. Even if you're not in a relationship with her anymore, that's the mother of two of your children. Respect her and treat her in a way that doesn't let the kids see you degrade her and demean her. There was a way to do this, and he didn't do it right. That's all I'm going to say. See? But see, that's what I said. I'm telling you. I know I was a dude in my former life. Because that's exactly, as soon as I looked at this, I'm like, oh, I wonder why he didn't do blah, blah, blah. It just came to me. That's how I would have handled it. And everybody would have been all smiles. And I would have got the picture I wanted with just me and my kids. You see what I mean? It's all about sales, kind of. Well, yeah, he don't care. That's right. He does not care. But then look at the babies. They look so unhappy. That's what I'm talking about. The kids in a picture with their daddy should be smiling. Now everybody in this picture looks upset. This makes no sense to him. He did not handle this right, and I'm putting this all on him. So let's move on. Okay. Dust Bucket of America. Okay, you know how I feel about them hoteps. Look at this motherfucker right here. Looking like he's at death's door and got what you call it, them dark circles under his eyes. What is that stuff they call it when you have low iron? That's what he looks like he got. But anyway, dude, a real Israelite wife will bow down to her master, naked or clothed, because she knows her master's her strength and is good to her and saved her trifling ass from being in whoredom. You sisters got on your knees for much worse. And he puts, some pictures in there that just was gross. But you can't get on your knees for a man who provide, protect, and help you raise those kids every day with your bald-headed asses. And there he is in his robe, and she's bowing down to him. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of ceremony or something. And I had to do a close up. I wanted you to get a good view of what this mug looked like. Look at this face here. And that, that hair, like what you call it, that horseshoe hairline. No, he didn't crop the picture. I did. And then I did that close up on his face so we could zoom in and see his features. I'm like, wow, look at this. Ashy and greasy at the same time. Oh, Anna got jokes. Anna got jokes. Yeah, I don't know, but he does. Looking all sweaty and stuff. It's just like your fingers will just slide off of him. Dude, soap and water, use it. Soap cuts grease. Just- Shit, even his mama don't want to look at him. That's why she sent him away. Liver disease, something. I don't know what he got. But I know a lot of people that have those dark circles on their eye. What did they call it when your iron is low? I can't think of it all of a sudden. My mind it went blank. But that's what it looks like he has too. Yep, horseshoe hairline. Anemia. Yes, thank you, Cosmic. He looks anemic. That's that. Those are the circles of an anemic individual. So if you got them under your eyes, go to the doctor get some blood work done because you might have anemia. But dude, I don't know. And she bowing down to him, and she doing the full. This a low bow, like in the Oriental culture. A bow that low shows the maximum level of respect, right? Because you're fully looking at the floor. So I'm like, this is some bullshit right here. I wouldn't bow down to him. I'd probably kick him in the nuts. Ugh. I don't understand it personally, but I don't fucks with no hoteps, them Hebrew Israelites and all that stuff. I have a whole video on the channel about hotepery. It's hilarious, but I drag their asses. But I'll try to remember the link to it. Okay, here come a Dusty. Here come a Dusty. So where do we go from here? And she responds, well, where would you like to go? And he says, we should set up a Dutch date. And she says, laughing my ass off, and what is a Dutch date? And he says, well, being that it's our first outing and we don't know if we're either interested in each other, it's a way to make sure intentions are pure. I pay for my food and you pay for yours. I'll leave the tip, and the second date is on me, he says. Now, yes, Dutch date. Okay, first of all, girl, ain't that that hotel video? I was drunk that day. I have to confess. I had been nipping in my hand, and I heard somebody said something to me about some hoteps. I turned my microphone off and on and went smooth left. But yeah, this is okay. How you gonna ask somebody out? Okay, you gonna ask somebody out, and then you're gonna ask them out for a Dutch date. Where they do that at? I had my puppy face, my puppy head too was working. Because I was like, I don't understand. I'm confused. You you want to take a woman out? I mean, rather than assault her with a Dutch date, isn't it just better to just take her to some inexpensive place for, the quick meet, like I said? Coffee, tea, ice cream, a drink at happy hour. Happy hour drinks are not that expensive. And the bar snacks, $5 or something. I mean, at least around here. So, you could get out a happy hour for $20. And usually, but you could have like two drinks, maybe $25. But like I said, most dudes spend $100, $200 on some shoes. So what's $25 for a date? But you want to go Dutch? Don't you know what going Dutch does to me? It turns me off. So any dude who wants to try to get some pussy, don't go Dutch. Don't do Dutch. Don't do Dutch. If you're attracted to a woman, you need to start treating her like you're attracted to her from day one. Like I said, nobody's saying you got to go broke. Okay, because it can be inexpensive, but you should pay. It sets a pattern, it sets a tone, and lets her know, you interested in more than just being her friend. Yeah, I just can't. I can't do that. One of my friends, he used to like to take women out for dessert. So sometimes we would get together, this is my friend, he likes sweets. So he's like, oh, let's go to just have dessert. So, I'm not really a big dessert eater, but I would go with him and I would order like something else, like a hors d'oeuvre or something. And then he would have his dessert and I would have my hors d'oeuvre and we sit there and laugh and joke and talk about people and have a good time. And then we get up and go home. So, one of my male friends. So I don't know this kind of stuff. It's like guys, I don't know where they get this from and why they think that this is a way to get the best woman for them. A woman who values herself and her time is not going to go for this, dude. So these guys, for 20 or $25, they're missing out. They, you know what I mean? This is a highly risky situation. Could really be missing out on a woman who would be perfect for them because they're trying to be cheap. It's just kind of unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Another jailbird Dusty. This one says, wait, I have to have a swig of my wine before I read this one. I'm incarcerated, he says. He's from Coeur d'Alene, Indiana. I don't know where that is. I never heard of it, but wherever. He says, I'm incarcerated and will be out in September/October 2020. So that's right about now. Just looking to get to know somebody, not looking for a hookup. Can't get premium yet. So if you like or say something, I can fave you and hit you up. I think that's what HYU means. Hit you up later, sooner than September. Huh. So this must be on some dating site, maybe, right? Because it shows his age and that he's a man. So it must be some kind of dusty jailbird dating website or something. I don't know. But I was like, wow. So, ladies, is this something that we would be interested in? Can't get premium yet. Hmm. I think that means he can't get the premium on the dating site, right? Because that's where you can send stuff back and forth, right? So that's what he means. So he gonna hit you, he gonna fade you and then hit you up when he gets out so he'll have some money and then he can go premium and then he can really reach out to you then. So basically you putting the dusty on layaway. You putting the Dusty on layaway till he get out in September or October of 2020. Wow. 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 I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of shocked and appalled, but there you go. There you go. There's your black king. Now see, even this baby, this baby is like, wait a minute. Look at this. Look at the baby's face. The baby's like, who this motherfucker right here? Who is this nigga? This not my daddy. Even babies can smell dust. I know, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, the baby's very cute, but she ain't having it. She ain't having it. She's like, wait a minute. And that caption is perfect. She's like, I don't want to be here. I got to go. Okay. Sometimes when these things come, I just sit there and scratch my head, and the baby stank face. Oh, you guys are killing me tonight. Here we go. Dude, Door Dick 22. Door Dick. Is your boyfriend not buying you food or bringing you dick? Introducing Door Dick. I show up to your door in 30 minutes or less with food and dick. And if your boyfriend shows up, you get a free upgrade to Dick Dash. Oh my God, I thought I was going to die. You know, you have to admit the creativity is astounding. STDs and headaches, yeah, you right about that. And what kind of food he gonna bring? Some shit from McDonald's or Taco Bell or something. I don't want that. I'm just saying, this is just unbelievable. But it was funny though. But it's dusty as hell. Just beyond dusty. Yes, I am with you, Ravania. People should need a license to get on the internet. Like you have to have a driver's license. No, you're not. You're not permitted to use the internet because you're stupid. You can't use it because you're a dummy. It's just dusty as hell. Oh my God. Isn't this what they say though? Isn't it funny, interesting to see how it's admitted? She's smarter than I wanted her to be. Manipulators. That's what I want them to say about all y'all, that you smarter than what they wanted you to be. Because see, if you're a smart lady, they can't run the stupid games on you because you already see it coming. You know, you don't fall for all this donkeyness. You just don't do it. And they a lot of dudes will just leave you alone because their game is too weak. You know, they need you to be stupid so that they can run their game on you. And when you're smart and you see the game coming and you call them on their bullshit, then they have to leave you alone because they can see that you out of their league. You have as much or more game than them. They know that they can't do nothing with you. Yeah, they do. They go radio silent. Exactly. It just kind of disappear themselves. So you don't really have to do anything. Okay, now this little dust bucket, this little dust mite, this little mini me, big head, light bulb head fool, because he reminded me of Anita Baker's husband. He had a head like this, and I used to say, "Look at that light bulb head nigga." I just could not stand him. So and not like I know her and we're personal friends or nothing, but it's just this energy I got from him when the first pictures when she was get start dating him, and I looked at them pictures of them together. I'm like, this light bulb head motherfucker, no, Anita, what's going on here? Just leave him alone. But she married him, had a couple of kids, and they ended up getting a divorce. He took half her money. I mean, it was just awful. She got dragged. But this little fool here called himself Apostle Wise Preach. I saw a video somebody sent me today. I can't use videos in this show, but I did watch it. He was dancing and he has moves. He was doing some little mini me dance, jerking and herking around, and trying to say that he's a man of the cloth and he's the gospel and all this stuff. And he looks he wants all this stuff. She must be Christ centered, gorgeous, can sing, has a stunning smile between 22 and 27. No kids, love Jesus. Okay, he already said you must be Christ centered. What else you got? You got to add that twice. Can cook and is tidy. I don't know what an intercessor is. Y'all that's in the religious part have to break that down to me. It's between 5 feet and 5'4". Yeah, I think he's about 5'6" or so. Never been married before, is submitted and a great listener. And then he put some Bible quote in there. And then he says, I've received great backlash on this post. I believe we all have preferences, and it does not negate our calling and credibility. Nevertheless, let's love one another and carry the mind of Christ. There can only be one wife, and therefore it's okay to desire without fear of being ridiculed by the world. I love you all. I am still a man of God. Share this now, he says. And then you look at him and then you think, wow, I don't really want to share this. I just want you to go away. That's what I want you to do. And boy, you're taking a picture and stuff, you pose and sit up straight. Raggedy ass photographer didn't even tell him to sit up straight. Look at him all bent over and hunched over and stuff. If I was a photographer, I would have said, motherfucker, sit up straight. Better yet, stand up with your little short ass. You look like a midget in that chair. That's not cute. Well, men who don't really feel like men because they're short, I don't know. You asking me questions. The pictures come to me. I don't have answers to questions about these people. I don't know these folks. You're crying real tears. Girl, this little thing, but sometimes, the little men they be working it downstairs. Just because he's short in height, that don't mean he's short everywhere else. So, that could be what's going on here. Big feet, his hands look normal size, and his feet is big. At least they bigger than the rest of them. But yeah, I'm looking at him. But honey, that video, if you get a chance to see this video of him doing his little Humpty dance, you could just be like, oh, yeah, he looks annoying. His voice is annoying. Everything about him is annoying. So let's move on because I'm annoyed. Okay, Jason, he makes an appearance regularly on the Dusty News Network because he's a dust mite. So here he goes. He says, don't teach your daughters safe sex. Teach them the importance of their virginity. Are you teaching your sons the same thing, sir? It takes two to be, yeah. Somebody sent me a video, Ravania, of him. Like I said, I can't use videos on the show because too many copyright issues. It flags your whole video, not just that part, and you end up having to take it down and re-edit it anyway. So I just decided I'm not going to use any more videos. Unless I have the person's permission in advance, then I can. But, they always focusing on what women do. What do women do? Women can't do nothing without a man's participation. So, if you teaching your daughters this, you fathers out there and mothers who thinking this is important, you need to teach your sons the same thing. You don't just teach girls to say no and boys to pressure them into it. That's some bullshit. I'm just like, wow, to talk about a double standard. Intercession is a woman that prays for others. Oh, it is? Well, thank you. I learned something new today. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this really irked me because, virginity is not important. What's important is that you choose wisely. Oh, well, thank you, because I can't do it in the middle of the show, but I appreciate that. Um, it's important that you teach your daughters and to choose wisely, so that they don't involve themselves with a knucklehead. I think that's the most important thing. And if you're going to teach them to have the importance of their virginity, then you're going to be like the white girls and sell it for $1 million. Okay, that's what they do. So you got men who want to pay for it. Why would you give it to a dust bucket, a dust mite, a broke fool, somebody who don't really want you, just want to have a notch on his belt where you could get $1 million, at least half a mil, something, because it has value to men, right? Anything that about a woman that has value to men, pimp them for money. Get yourself a good start in life from off of their dime. If they're gonna pay you for it, get it. Get the money. Now, I know it's a lot of men that's gonna be pissed that I said that. I don't give a fuck. Cause right here you say it's important, right? So ladies, read between the lines. It's important. That means it has value. That means don't give it to nobody that's not gonna help you come up. Not gonna do something for you. Don't be talking about, well, I'm in love, so I'm gonna sleep with him. No, fuck no, nigga. What you got? What you giving it to me for this? No, nope, nope, nope. I mean, some women will want a ring and a marriage certificate, in exchange. But that's fine. Whatever it is that you want, you get it. You want your tuition paid for the next 5 years while you go through grad school. You say, motherfucker, transfer $500,000 into this account, and then we can set something up. You know what I mean? Let's be realistic here. He's done pulled. This is what my daddy used to call playing your hoe card. He done played his right here. That of anybody who would teach their daughter, this man is telling you that their virginity has importance. He's straight telling you, listen, okay, especially you real cute ones. You real cute, got a real cute little shape and stuff. Sell it. They want it. Don't give it away. Make them pay you for it. Well, I mean, you get yourself a start that way, right? You get 500,000, 750,000, $1 million, then you can go buy you a townhouse, buy you a home, move your family up out the hood and into a nice suburban residence, okay? And you can pay for it. or pay half of it and put the rest on the mortgage. Okay, you can pay for your tuition. You can help yourself. You can pay for your little sister's tuition. You can buy your mama a car, and so she won't have to take the bus no more. You can help your family come up. That's what they do in Asia. They be selling their daughters' virginity to these white boys, the Europeans and Americans. That what the fuck you think they doing when they talk about these mail order brides? That's exactly what the fuck they doing, selling their daughters' virginity. They put it into this nice little package, but that's what it is. So, with all that said, keep in mind, put a price on it, and if a man wants it, it has value. He just said that. It's important. So you use that to your advantage. He done played the, done put the card down right there. And you're going to sleep with somebody eventually anyway. I'm not saying that. You're going to do that anyway, right? Make sure that it works for you and that you get something out of it besides some dust mites, little half-breed, fucked up DNA baby. When I see young, beautiful girls do that dumb shit, it pisses me off. I just want to choke the shit out of them. It's like, where was your parents? They should have told you better than this. You could have had all kind of shit. But here you go, and you with some little jailbird food, street corner pharmaceutical expert, and is stuck with his fucked up baby and living in the projects and shit with all that grand beauty that you had, and you wasted it. You wasted it. Oh, just stupid. And, people don't like to admit it, but having good looks in this world will get you far. You don't even have to be smart. As long as you look good, you can get a lot of shit from men. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. People going to be mad, but oh well. Now, this girl says, the men are not strong enough to handle the sexual past of a woman that they love. It's not a debate. And evidently somebody said something, because I didn't get the part that the other person posted, though, because, see, she's replying to somebody, and I don't know what that person said, but her response is, here's the thing, men love harder than women, and if he truly loves you, you're on a pedestal, and that's just a fact. Men cannot emotionally handle the woman they have on a pedestal being anything other than how they perceive them to be. I said what I said. This, again, applies to the virginity issue. Now, the thing about it is, this is what I tell y'all when men say, well, how many men have you slept with and all this stuff? What did you do? That's why you never tell them. I've been telling you all that for years. Well, I wanted to be honest. He asked me, and so I told him. And he asked me what I did with these other guys, and I told him. You're an idiot if you do that. And, we're on the same page there. But our reasons are different. She says men love harder. No, they don't. Men are possessive and controlling. That's all that is. They want to feel like they own the pussy. It has nothing to do with love. She's confused. Now, that part is wrong. Now, if they want to put you on a pedestal, ain't nobody trying to be on no fucking pedestal. That's too much work to stay up there. And what if you can't even be like your real self? You have to be, his fantasy version of who you are. You can't relax and be yourself. You have to keep up a sham of who he perceives you to be versus who you really are. Now, obviously, you meet a man and you got a kid or two. Obviously, he knows you've been fucking. Does he need to know the details of it? No. If you over 21, 25, obviously you've been fucking, right? Some women are still virgins, but most are not. Does that mean that you need to tell him all the details? No, it does not. It's none of his business. How many, what you did with them, where you did it with them, how long you dated them, nothing. He don't need to know none of that, nothing about your business. Y'all be talking too much. So, this is, she, and like I said, in the top post, she's right, but in the second one, we have a disagreement about that pedestal and that men loving harder and all that shit. No, they don't. They just want to control and own some shit. Now, this little dusty fool right here. This is one I found today somewhere. I found it myself somewhere. I don't remember where was I. Anyway, this dude says, yo, are you free this weekend? You want to make me dinner and watch a film or something? Tex-Mex perhaps. Okay, this motherfucker putting in a menu request. What is this, a restaurant? Boy, you better go to Chili's or somewhere you want some special food. Or Chipotle or something. And he's like, so she responds, well, I had fun time with you, but I don't really see this going anywhere. To no fault of your own. It was nice getting to know you, though, and I wish you all the best. Okay, the brush off. The flick to get away from me, you dust mite. Okay, that's what that is. And he says he tried to come back with his little bruised ego because his play for a free meal got busted. I did wonder how we were going to resolve the approximately zero chemistry between us. No worries, you lying fucker. But, he might be right. I mean, maybe he didn't really have chemistry. He just thought he could come on a free meal and some ass. You know what I mean? So he gonna try it to see if you had any feelings for him that he could exploit. But luckily, girlfriend read him the riot act, and so that went down in smoke. Yes, Diana's using my sir. Yes, she rejected you, sir. You got the brush off. You got the pass, the Heisman. You got that Heisman pose. You know what I'm talking about that they do, like, right? They be like, right? He got that. And she was like, "Oh no, I don't want no parts of you, sir." But can you imagine somebody telling you what he wants to eat? Somebody you evidently she went out with him one time, and now he wants to come to her house. He's trying to ease up into her crib and have her cook him some food so he don't have to pay nothing, and then he could come up on some booty. That's what that is. Trifling piece of shit. And she called him out on it. Okay, now this one was so dusty it made my head hurt. I was just like, wow. Sometimes, the stuff you guys send in is so disturbing that I don't even know what to say. But in this case, he says, okay, so wait a minute, wait a minute. So it's okay for the white man to shit on you for over 400 years. Talking about during slavery now. But the black man can't do it. Make it make sense, he says. So women who are put in a position of being owned like property, they don't can't control who has access to their body. They're not getting fed. They're getting beaten. They try to run away. They get trapped and caught back and whipped and chained up like animals. And you say that we thought that was okay. No, sir, that wasn't okay. Our kids taken away, all this stuff. And he puts that in a thing. It was okay because you endured that for 400 years, but you can't. You don't won't let black men do those things to you. You let white men do it to you. So why can't we? That's what he's saying here. No, he needs to have gasoline thrown on him and then a match flung in his direction. That's what he needs. Yeah, this is just this. This somebody really put this in writing and put this on the internet. No, it's not a history lesson. He just needs to die. There's just no saving someone who thinks that someone being abused against their will for 420 something years is something that you should turn around now that you're out of that situation and let black men do to you so that they feel better about being men. Well, his mother don't know that he did it because you see, it don't have no name attached to it. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. But this is all I got, so I don't know who the poster is and all of that. But yeah, that's no yeah, cosmic. You're right. That's what I'm saying. This is just something that should be exterminated like a bug because there's nothing there. This is the kind of guy that's gonna go out in the world and hurt black women and young, and girls because you let white men do it to you. Did we let them do that to us or were we forced to do that? See, it's like he just, I don't know. I couldn't even try to make any sense of it, but it was deeply, deeply, deeply disturbing. And so, watch for this kind of attitude. This was kind of weird. So we had to switch that up and put something up there that was a little bit lighter because, whoo, that one was just disturbing as hell. I didn't quite know what to do with dude, but this one, dude says his wife still thinks that he's a sexy man. Sexy. And that every time he walks by, she says, "What an ass." Uh, yeah, they don't think that there's a difference between being forced to do something, coerced into doing something, like, you agree to do it, but it's only because you want to avoid what the threat is, being whipped, chained, whatever. So you agree to it, but that's called coercion, and that's still an assault. So dude's wife is like, she just tells him he's an ass. It's like, she still thinks I'm sexy. Okay, if that's what you want to say. Now, Leandra Lee Baker says that she's in this group and there's a thread where the women are talking about the baby daddies requesting money to come play parent, and the women are paying the dad to be active or refunding his garnishment in order to have him around. I'm so angry. Kill them with fire. Wow. This, I don't even quite know what to do with that. But the woman who posted it, reposted it, said, been seeing so many men walking through the hood with kids. I had to do so many double takes, wondering what was going on. I guess this is part of my answer. Yep. The women are just desperate for their child to have their father in his life. And wait, to have the child have their father in their lives, that they would pay them and refund the child support money that they need for the kids in exchange for him spending time with his own children. I was disgusted. The first person that I knew that did that, though, I have to say, was that white boy that Halle Berry married. Well, were they married? No, they didn't. They just had the little Nala together. That model dude, Gabriel Aubrey or whatever his last name is, she needed to work on a movie, right? And so she had asked him to come to Europe and, to watch the kid and everything. And he um, made her pay him like he was a babysitter, in addition to, his spousal whatever thing that he got from her. I'm like, wow, how trifling is that? I don't know. I don't think I could do it because I would just be like, nope, just sever your parental rights then. Just let's do that. You're going to sever your parental rights and I'll find somebody else to um, to love my kids because obviously you don't. You just see them as a utensil, something to to use for your advantage. There is just no way in this world that I would do that. So that was very disappointing and very sad, and it makes you feel sad for the kids. So, ladies, I'm telling you, you have got to make sure that you follow the what's in it for me and that you do not have children with a dust mite. Look at who this man is and how he rolls in the world. You don't have children with somebody who is stupid. You just don't do it. This is what happens in the end. You have to pay, and the kids have to pay because of the poor choice you made for their father. That's on you. You did that. So, you need to do, tighten up your birth control. And if you get pregnant by somebody who's stupid, don't say, well, I'm going to have my baby. You get your ass to an abortion clinic. You don't do that. That's stupid. Now look at her. Her whole life is gonna be fucked up behind these idiots. The kids' lives are gonna be fucked up behind it because he don't love them. And some of these dudes, you know what I mean? They're on drugs and whatnot. They trading your kids for more money or drugs. So don't your kids might not tell you because they're scared he threatened them or something. But don't you think it's suspicious how they all of a sudden with all this child sex trafficking that they want to be in the kid's life and they don't have no job or something, but suddenly they got all this money? Aren't you at least a bit suspicious? Where are you taking my kid? Who's gonna be around my kids? You know his living situation is all kinds of fucked up. He had a halfway house or living with some other dude or something, and that's where you letting him take your kids, your little girls and your little boys with some motherfuckers who've been in prison? You not thinking. Okay, but in your thirst to have a man be in your child's life and be a father figure, you're putting your kids at risk. You need to think about this. But mainly, the main thing is do not have a baby by these kind of dudes. Just don't do it. That solves all the problems. uh, so y'all females willing to sign a prenup? Signed. A nigga without health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, nothing. Right? Don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But you don't want somebody to sign a prenup. Actually, ladies, that would work for you though, because then when you get all your stuff together and you got all your money, he can't get a dime of it. So that works. Then you wouldn't be in a situation like poor Nita Baker and Mary J. and what's her name that used to be on the talk and all these people. You know, you wouldn't be in them situations because you would have your prenup. So that's really not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Oh, her too? I don't know. I don't keep up with the Braxtons. Somebody, yeah, Sherry Shepherd. Thank you. Yeah, all of them. That happened to all of them. Yeah, he's protecting you from himself. So agree to that fully. Make sure that you take it to an attorney. Make sure that shit is airtight. Say if we split up, you get $1. Okay, that's it. $1. And now we're into our Savage Awards. There are, I think, six or seven of them. Wait, six, five, something. It's a lot of them. Girlfriend, this was she. She. I want a friend like this. She said my friend's boyfriend just called me looking for her. I told him she was asleep on my couch drunk. I said, "You want me to wake her up?" And he said, "She right here." I was just proving to her that all her friends are liars. I was still in character though. I'm like, well then who the fuck is on my couch? I need her to be my friend. I need her to be my friend because that was beautiful. Totally beautiful. Don't you agree? Yep, she a real one. That's who I need on my team. She's just so smooth, didn't miss a beat. I'm like, get it, girl. Okay, next award. He called me a bitch, so I called him an ambulance. Okay, dude got hurt. I don't know. There's not too much to say to that. You just. Yep, 911, come get him. Now, this one has a lot of text. It says, so the person's asking this, the crystal ball lady, the little genie. I mean, what you call it, the little crystal ball reader. She says, does he keep coming back to me because he's so in love and I'm his soulmate? And the lady with the crystal ball thing says, no, bitch. He keeps coming back to you because you're the only one who lets him get away with minimal effort and disrespectful behavior, and he knows it. Okay, that's a reality check. Yeah, fortune teller. Thank you. I don't know where my mind is today, but yeah, that's what she sees in her crystal ball. That's why he keep coming back. And is that not the case? So many women have it. He gonna come back to me. He can't leave me alone. He gonna be with her now, but he'll be back. I'm like, God, you're dumb. It should be illegal to be that stupid. You just like a bus stop. He just gonna be there till the next fine woman come along. He gonna get on her bus and ride off again. And you still sitting there waiting for him to come back. Oh my God, I wish I would wait for a motherfucker. I don't even wait for them on a date. They have a 10-minute window. You late past that 10 minutes, my clothes are off and I'm on my computer doing something or reading a book or playing on my computer game or I'm doing something that I want to do. But I am not going to be sitting up here waiting for you. Oh my God. Well, I don't know if they do know that deep down inside because they keep repeating that same thing over and over. So I'm not so sure about that. This one was this one was gross. She she slammed him. Dude says it's completely normal for men to have anal discharge. That's why our boxers be so dirty all the time. Are you hearing this? It's normal for men to have anal discharge, he says. That's his excuse. And the girlfriend come back. Child, if you don't take your ass to the booty collegist. Oh, the booty collegist. I didn't know what to do with that. It's like, but that shit was savage as fuck. Oh, oh man. Yeah, that was savage. It's just, yeah, but sometimes it's not because the guys are let me just be real here, ladies. Sometimes it's because they were victims of child sexual abuse themselves. Okay? That's sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's, not thoroughly wiping and things like that. But he didn't say that. He said discharge. That means that your sphincter muscles are loosened. There's something wrong there. That's why he need to go to the booty collegist. Get that tightened up. Oh, where it depends. Do something with yourself. That's just not cute. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just being real for a minute. I mean, we laughing and stuff, but that happens to a lot of little boys. And that is what happens when they're an adult. That's what happens. But in in most cases it's just nastiness, and they don't know what they somebody nobody taught them really well when they were a kid how to wipe their ass. So there you go. Let's move on to the next one. This one's savage as fuck too. Dude was like, ladies, how y'all be finding out where the other bitch stay? Kimberly says on findahoe.org. Oh my god. Findahoe.org. I'm like, wow. I what you gonna do? If I had asked that question, I'd just be like, oh damn, well, okay. Oh man, that was funny. Okay, and the next one. Look at this cretin. He got moves for days, don't have no muscles, got that gut and look like Kanye in the face. Girl, what's up? You too fine to be walking. Well, she's supposed to get in the car. And okay, that's a bucket. That ain't even no like decent car. It's a bucket, and it's already got four muglies in it. What's she gonna do trying to get a ride with four muglies? That is just a recipe for just all kind of disasters. And she just came back with her savage response. And you too ugly to roll the window down. I was like, damn, damn. This is when you be hoping for tinted windows so you can't see what's inside the car. Ugh, this is just gross. Can you imagine something like that trying to holler? I would take off running. I mean, like my name was Flojo. Yes, honey. He know he ugly too. And it was nothing worse than you see four, a car, okay, a dust bucket car, and there's got four niggas in it. Okay, that's something that you know is a problem. It's like otherwise you would be four vehicles, maybe one person riding with it. But how is all it's four men in one vehicle? That's not even sensible. No, it's not real. That's what just her response. That shit was hilarious. That's why I would take off running, Lee. That's exactly why I would be like, oh, let me dip up out of here. The opposite direction from where they are. I had to do that in New Orleans. I told you guys about that. With these weird dudes trying to get me in a car. That was odd, but that's when I was running 5 miles a day. I took off running, and all they saw was my smoke. So let's move on. And this is our winner for the evening. This one is so savage. This wife is so fucking savage. I just didn't know what to do. The husband's walking behind his wife and says, "Your bottom's getting so big, it looks like an old washing machine." So she didn't say nothing. She just kept walking. But bedtime comes around, the husband starts getting amorous. The wife says, "Oh, I'm not starting that old washing machine for such a small load. You'll have to do it by hand." And that is how we're closing out the Dusty News Network of 2020 with this lady right here, the Savage Queen. Yeah, honey. Snap, what he gonna say? His ego is cremated. Just like, well, I bet you that'll teach him to say mean shit to her. Yeah, but she didn't say nothing. She just like, oh, okay. Is that what we doing? That's what we doing. Wasn't that fire? She just like incinerated his ass right quick. Oh, it was so beautiful. I shed a tear. I just was like, oh, it was so beautiful. But anyway, you guys, um, that's the Dusty News Network shows of 2020. This is the last one of this year. We'll pick it up again in the springtime. If you have some that you want to send in, it's Dusty News is the subject of DNN or Dusty News. Either one, it goes in the same folder in the subject line, okay, because that's how we filter it in the subject line. Dusty News or DNN, either one. And take your screenshot, whatever you got, and email it to survivingdating@gmail.com. That's survivingdating@gmail.com with the subject line DNN or Dusty News. We'll still be collecting them, like I said, over the next couple of months until we bring the show back in the spring, and then we go from the spring through the summer. This ran a little long this time because I got sick and I had the injuries and it was just all kind of stuff going on, and so I had to miss a lot of Fridays. But so I extended it, till almost October. But normally it would have ended by Labor Day at the latest. Okay. But yes, that was enjoyable. I enjoyed that a lot. It was a lot of fun doing this year. Thanks, Sejuan. And well, you never know. It might happen next year, but it's so much work. I mean, it's great that you guys find the slides and everything, but I have to make each one. So it's very time consuming. And so, I'll be ready for a break to tell you the truth. But we will be back on Tuesday with the what the Fuck Tuesday relationship advice. If you have a question that you want to send in, look in the show description below and you'll find a link. Just click it and fill out the form. You can also upload a video, do your question by video, and submit it that way too. Although most people don't, they just do it in writing. And I have 2 recorded interviews that I've done, and I'm planning to get at least one of them up this weekend. So look for an announcement on that. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please become one. And before you leave today, please hit that like button, okay? That would be very nice. I appreciate that support. That you guys are always great. This is the best audience ever. And you never know, Lee. You just never know about me. Never know what I'm going to do. But thanks, everybody, for your Super Chat donations, all my Patreon supporters. I love it. And thank you, Lady Boss, for always having my back, and all of you for being consistent with showing up to the channel. I will see you all at the latest on Tuesday. But like I said, you just never know. I might chop up before then. Bye-bye.